Tyson Fury is losing his fan base quickly, and here's why. Tyson Fury went from beloved people's champion who reclaimed the heavyweight championship of the world after coming back from hell, just to then lose a majority of his followers and fans from his actions outside the ring. After defeating Vladimir Klitschko by decision, Tyson Fury became the heavyweight champion of the world for the first time. However, it wouldn't be too long until he had to vacate those titles because he got depressed, his BPD kicked in, and he really didn't understand his purpose in life anymore. He got very, very overweight, became very, very depressed, however managed to fight his demons and get back into the world of boxing and reclaim his title of heavyweight champion of the world by defeating Deontay Wilder 3 separate times in a trilogy bout. After this happened, the British public loved Tyson Fury and he instantly became a national treasure. So how the hell did Tyson Fury in 3 fights go from the most beloved person in the country to one of the most controversial sports athletes in the country? The answer is actually quite simple. Tyson Fury lost his purpose. Fury's whole point in living, his whole purpose of life to begin with, was to become the heavyweight champion of the world. And after becoming heavyweight champion of the world against Klitschko, he fell into a deep depression because he truly felt like he had no purpose in life after that. It was only after Deontay Wilder's call out to Tyson Fury to defend his title against him that Tyson Fury's willingness to fight was sparked up once again. Now, we all know how that trilogy fight went. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury fought, they drew, then they fought again. Fury won by knockout, they fought a third time, and Fury won by knockout again. And at that point, Tyson Fury was on top of the world. The British public loved him because he dismantled the American, took his undefeated record and his title with him, and proclaimed to be the greatest heavyweight in history. And he had a rightful claim to that place as long as he continued to fight people of the highest caliber in his era. However, that's where the problems lie. Tyson Fury, after becoming the WBC world champion, refused to fight any of the top contenders in his own division. And this has slowly been leading people away from Tyson Fury as a fan of his boxing. See, the boxing fans at this point in time were starting to get hopeful, actually hopeful that the big fights would happen because there were so many big fights happening at that point. Usyk versus AJ, Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder, etc. And all of this led down onto 2 people's shoulders. The 2 reigning champions of the heavyweight division, Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. These guys had back and forths over and over and over and over again online, on negotiations, constantly in front of the world, in front of their own promoters. They were fighting more in negotiations than they were in the ring. But honestly, the public didn't really care who Tyson Fury fought as long as it was a big title contender. For example, had Tyson Fury fought Anthony Joshua, everyone would have been very happy with that decision. However, he didn't. Instead of fighting someone like Anthony Joshua or Joe Joyce or one of the big time contenders at that point in time in the heavyweight division, Tyson Fury instead chose his mandatory challenger, which was Dillian Whyte. Now, the public could forgive this quite easily because of the whole mandatory challenger status. People just assumed Tyson had to fight him, which he kind of did. And then Tyson fought Dillian Whyte, obviously destroyed him, knocked him out clean, and the public was ready for Tyson Fury's next fight to be a big fight. However, Tyson Fury didn't really wash with that. You see, he instead decided to call himself into retirement. He claimed that he had done everything that he needed to prove he was the greatest heavyweight in his era and in the world ever to ever exist, and claimed he didn't need to prove anything and just retired then and there. Now look, people are allowed to do whatever they want with their career, but most people, including myself, really thought Tyson Fury had a responsibility as the champion of the world to at least give the public confirmation on who the best in his era was. And this is a question that has been answered in basically every era of boxing ever. You have people like Lennox Lewis, like Klitschko, that are the face of their specific era in boxing. However, in the current era of heavyweight boxing, we don't have anyone that fills that role. You could seriously make an argument for any of the heavyweight contenders in today's age for being the heavyweight face of boxing in today's era. You could make a very, very good argument for Anthony Joshua being the face of heavyweight boxing today, despite him not even holding a title. But despite saying he was going to retire, Fury ended up not retiring and reclaiming and holding on to his WBC World Heavyweight Championship. And the public rejoiced. They were like, yeah, great, this is great. Let's have Tyson Fury fight the guys he needs to fight to prove he's best in the era. However, to this day, Fury still has not done that, and to say that he hasn't done that is an understatement. He has taken the easiest, most pathetic fight that he could possibly take in the world of boxing. I have no problem with any of Tyson Fury's opponents. I think they're all great people and great fighters. However, when it comes to defending your WBC World Heavyweight Championship, there's a certain responsibility that falls upon you, and that responsibility has not been met by Tyson Fury at all. All he has done is fight the same guy 3 times, then fight a mandatory challenger that was a piece of cake for him, fell right into his style. And then he fought basically a weaker version of that same fighter in Derek Chisora. Now, Derek Chisora is a great fighter, great guy, but let's be honest, in his current state, he's too old and slow to really be considered a world heavyweight champion contender. And Tyson Fury giving him the world title contendership is outrageous. I mean, seriously, Derek Chisora had 2 fights with Tyson Fury before this. The second one wasn't even a close competition, with the crowd booing the last few rounds because of how pathetic and boring they were. And Tyson Fury literally took this fight just for A, an easy fight to retain his championship, and B, an easy payday to keep him in the gym. And just when you think Tyson Fury can't get any lower in opponents, he goes and fights an MMA fighter in an exhibition. This is so pathetic that the WBC have even let Tyson Fury not vacate his belt to fight Francis Ngannou. Like this is proclaimed as a championship fight, but it's an exhibition and the championship isn't even on the line. So why are they not vacating the belt? It's so silly. But whatever, Tyson Fury's royalty, apparently, so we have to do whatever he says. The Fury versus Ngannou fight is this Saturday, and if I'm being completely honest, it's a complete wish-wash of a fight. It is pathetic. It's a boxer claiming this is going to be the battle to decide, the baddest man on the planet against a trained heavyweight champion MMA fighter. Like, let's be honest, Francis Ngannou is only in this fight for the payday. Like, that's just straight up. Tyson Fury is only in this fight for the payday and to keep busy. Why are we going to watch this? There's no point in it. It's a boxer versus a guy who's never boxed. In fact, it's even more than that. It's the world champion in boxing versus a guy who has literally never had a professional boxing fight. This is pathetic. Put it like this, since Tyson Fury became the heavyweight champion of the world, he's had 6 title fights total. There's the first title fight he had against Vladimir Klitschko, then there's the title fight he had against Deontay Wilder, which was a draw, then the rematch, which he won, and then the rematch after that, which he won again. Then he defended against his mandatory Dillian Whyte, who was a pushover. Then he cherry-picked another pushover, which was just even worse and just a pathetic display of cherry-picking in Derek Chisora. And then he's not even having another title fight. He's having an exhibition against Francis Ngannou. I mean, that in 8 years, that is insane. And I know he had that long break after 2015, but even if you only take into consideration the WBC championship, he still had a pathetic run as champion, and he's had long enough to make up for it. He could have fought Anthony Joshua, he could have fought Usyk. And now you're probably saying, but Logan, negotiations, blah, blah, blah. Maybe it wasn't his fault. But here's the thing. Here's the nail in the coffin. Both Usyk and AJ wanted to fight Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury gave AJ a deadline, a very fast and quick deadline, which was unreasonable, which AJ couldn't meet. So obviously he didn't fight AJ. Then he called Usyk out, the current champion. Usyk said, okay, I'll fight you for 60-40, which is a very fair split. Tyson Fury then said, no, I'll do 70-30, take it or leave it. He did not expect Usyk to take that deal. But Usyk said, okay, I'll take 70-30. And then Tyson Fury got pissed off, had a rant about him on Twitter about how pathetic he is, just insulting him, and then didn't make the fight anyway. Let's be perfectly honest, guys. Tyson Fury is shit scared of losing his title against Alexander Usyk. That is why he didn't take the fight. That is why he didn't take the 70-30 split, despite that being an insane, generous offer to Tyson Fury, especially when he only holds one of the alphabet belts. It's decisions and negotiations and not fighting like that has destroyed Tyson Fury's career for a lot of people, especially with how he yaps on in interviews and press conferences, saying that he doesn't care about legacy, he's only fighting for money, he doesn't give a shit about legacy, despite the fact that he's named after Mike Tyson and that he's had legacy drilled into him from a young boy. But he doesn't care about legacy. Like, yeah, okay, mate. If you don't care about legacy, Tyson, then why are you constantly talking about how you're the greatest heavyweight to ever live? How are you the greatest heavyweight to ever live when the only people you fought are Klitschko, which was a decent win, but then you fought a cherry-picking Wilder, two guys who stood no chance, and an MMA fighter? Like, that is a pathetic title run. I really, really hope that this Usyk versus Fury sign deal thing actually happens, because let's be honest, there's a very good chance that Tyson Fury ducks out of this fight. But hey guys, let me know in the comments what you think of Tyson Fury's fight career. Does he deserve to be champion? Let me know in the comments. Drop a like, drop a subscribe if you like fight content. I'll upload a lot on this channel about fighting, so if you like that kind of stuff, drop a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye everybody.